What's good? How y'all doing this evening? Welcome back to the Forever I Love Atlanta Sports Podcast. It's your boy The Dunn with my co-host Rick Flex. Two hometown guys talking hometown sports. What's good, Rick?
Hey man, just another fun day in Atlanta, right? So yeah, other than that, man, just looking forward to talking some more sports, man.
Hey, it is what it is.
Hey, I can say this, they've been playing a lot better. I mean, it might not be the results, but I mean they are playing a lot harder. So
Yeah, yeah, they are. But hey, we got a fellow GSHM writer with us right now. He leads the Atlanta United writing and content creator department. Justin Alsobrook, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Real bummed about today, but got hopeful news earlier this week. About the Hawk season maybe starting earlier. I know we're gonna talk about that later, but I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, appreciate you coming on, man. Hey, y'all already know what to do. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that like button. Share this content out with other Atlanta sports fanatics. Hit us up in the comment section. As always, come holla at your hometown sports podcast. All right. If you're not following us on social media, make sure you follow us at Twitter at FILA_SP, Facebook FILA Sports Podcast. Also, you want to check the audio out, you can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and Anchor. All right. What's good, fellas, man? What's good with you? All right, let's go ahead and get down to the business for the day. It's news and sports for the week. Georgia Swarm. No, we ain't talked about them in a while. The team extended head coach Ed Camier and assistant coach Sean Ferris to a 3-year extension. So they're gonna remain with the team for a few more years, and I think that's a good move because the team has been well. People forget in 2017 they won the NNL championship. So they brought a championship. They ended the drought, but I mean that's the cross. Hey, a championship is a championship.
Yep.
All right. The Gladiators, Atlanta Gladiators, the minor hockey league team, they stated that they will suspend the season, so there will be no hockey being played here in Atlanta. Sorry to hear that, you guys. Rick Flex, man, what's going on in the college football world this weekend?
yeah, kind of a quiet Saturday to be honest, especially in kind of Georgia sports. The big boy took the day off, so the Bulldogs got a bye. They'll be getting ready for Kentucky. Georgia Southern had a tough loss. I mean, they hung with Coastal Carolina, who's been a surprise this year. Ended up losing that game 8-14, but it was tied at half. They had a chance to win. Georgia Tech, man, I don't know. We had a long discussion on Thursday with our buddy Scott, and I thought they I don't know, man, but Georgia Tech just came out flat, and I mean Boston College put it on them, 48-27. I expect that.
No one saw that coming, man.
No, I thought it was going to be a 10-point game. I didn't see that many points combined coming. Honestly, I mean that over/under was like 54, and they blew through it. So I would have lost some money on that one. Good thing, I didn't make any bets, but yeah, a tough game for Tech. That was a game they really needed. Now that they got Notre Dame coming up next, so that'll be fun. But other than that, Georgia State took care of Troy, which was a nice win. People kind of sleep on Troy. A lot of people forget about them. I mean, they've been a good team, a good school. So a nice 36-34 win. And if you add up all of Georgia State's losses, that 3 losses combined 16 points. They've been in every game. It's almost like what if, but I do think Georgia State is headed in the right direction. They got the right personnel, the right guy for the job. He cares about those players. He's bringing in some good recruits. So, look for Georgia State to, definitely be on the rise, in the next couple of years. But other than that, pretty quiet week on the front, the top 25. Your normal things happen, right? Your normal teams won. So, see what happens coming up, though. The schedule's going to get a little daunting. The SEC is going to get on it, but we know Don's happy, and I got to say it for him. I'm very surprised. Michigan's finally got a quarterback, it looks like, and if they got a quarterback. It'll be fun to watch what they get to do this year. So shout out to Don.
I don't like him.
Hey, he's a freshman. Give him a break, man. He's gonna make mistakes, but he's quick. He's decisive. He's got a better arm than I honestly thought, and it was advertised. It was all about his legs to me when I looked up, footage on him. But if he's put in the right, spots, I think the kid could do a lot. You got to think he's only a freshman, but
I like what the offense did improve. It looks like they improved. It looked like they improved.
They were
against Minnesota, but
we got to remember that's week 1 for the Big Ten. So that's week 1. So a lot's going to change with a lot of teams. We saw how week 1 went. When Georgia played Arkansas. Alabama and Ole Miss. The first couple of weeks. It's going to take a little time to get in the rhythm. And really get back in the game shape for the Big Ten. So, but like I said, shout out to Don. Michigan got a nice victory. Look forward to them going forward.
All right. What else happened on the NBA side, man?
So, there's Julian said earlier, there's been some reports going out trying to target start season. I believe it's the 22nd of December. And they want to get it done, before the 21 Olympics. But I mean, we'll see because the Hawks, they've got a long layoff, right? The Lakers, Celtics, they don't. Everybody that was in the finals and in the playoffs, think about the quick turnaround that they're going to have. So I'm excited that they can start. I don't know about those other teams per se. It's a quick turnaround, right? I mean,
yeah, it's happening.
Yeah, I know. I think it's going to be tough just because, how do you program your mind, your body? I mean, these guys, they're creatures of habit and routine. I just don't know how you can collectively get that many teams to agree. So I'm excited for it. It'd be great for all of us and our Hawks fans. We finally get to see all these guys together. But, I mean, what do you think, Jillian? You think it happens?
I don't think it happens because it's too fast because you have the Lakers and what's that? The draft is next month. I want to say
it's the middle of the month, and we're still, by the way, guys, we're still doing draft prospects on it. We'll probably do another one sometime next week. We'll probably do 2 next week if we're lucky. So
yeah, draft. Then I want to say maybe 2 or 3 weeks after that. Then it's free agency starts. Then so you have to have preseason or you have to have practice. Then you have to have preseason. Then you're going to start somehow on Christmas.
Right.
I don't see that happening. Maybe MLK, but that's still really, really fast. I just don't see this happen. But the thing is that it's TV partners and they have no fans in the stands and they need the money. So TV partners would rather it be on Christmas.
Yeah.
And you need to make money somehow.
You know what though? I think this should be the new start of the NBA season if we keep it at 100. Just think about it. They start in November, right? We pretty much slap that middle NFL season. College football. What else? Hockey starting around that time too. And then you had the MLS playoffs around that time. So, it's a lot, and looking at how TV ratings and stuff in NBA at the beginning of the season, it doesn't look that well. Yeah, you got the first week or two, and then
talk about ratings. Game 7 of the NLCS between the Braves and Dodgers had a higher rating than any of the finals.
Yeah,
any of them.
Yeah,
but you got to think about this though. The Lakers and the Heat, they played on October 11th. So like Julian is saying, October the 11th was the last game of the finals. How in the world are they going to say turn around in 2 months, be game? Just be. I mean, I don't.
Those playoff teams, those people that was in the bubble, they gonna. I'm not trying to knock on wood. I'm not trying to burn bread on them, but there's gonna be a lot of injuries because your body needs time to heal.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like baseball this year. Spring training that didn't happen, so they ran them back out there. You saw pitchers getting hurt. You saw look at the Falcons this year. I mean, look at pro football and all the injuries we saw. People, not hamstrings. We're talking ACLs. We're talking sometimes, career-ending injuries possibly just because their bodies aren't conditioned right. And I'm sorry, but I know a lot of people don't like LeBron. That's cool, but that guy to me plays just as I don't care if you like him or not. He plays as hard as anybody possible. And think about him. Think about Jimmy Butler. Look at what all he gave. You're telling me that dude could barely walk off the stage after press conference of Game 6. You're telling me he's going to be ready to play on Christmas? There's no way, man.
Nope. And then you kind of, well, matter of fact, going back to, I think you saying Christmas Day should probably be the start. Like you said, it's a good window for them to start because I think CEO of the Hawks, Steve Koonin, he wants them to start on Christmas. Like he wants that to be the start of the NBA season normally, not this season.
Right.
He was just saying when they first stopped, when they first had paused, he was like, I'd rather the start date be on Christmas because for ratings, everything else is pretty much done. Football will end in a couple months.
Exactly.
MLS will be ending, and baseball will be. I mean, you
MLS
don't have
ended already.
Yeah, so it's like you be open to get all the ratings because people just loved watching basketball back to back to back to back to back all these games. Yeah. Imagine if you start in Christmas where nothing's happening. People really don't go out because it's cold. You want to stay home. You rather watch stuff, and sometimes you go to the movies. You would dominate the airwaves. I don't see the downfall in doing it then. Not this year, yes, horrible. You shouldn't do it. LeBron James is not going to recover. Nobody on the Lakers will recover in time at all. I was just watching the last, the last game, the one with Michael Jordan, and how much he went through. I'm like, these players cannot recover that quickly. They need a whole offseason. It's not going to happen. I'll be surprised if it happens.
I mean, I'm with you. I would love to be able to turn on and watch the Hawks play instead of watching A Christmas Story. I'm sorry, I hate that movie.
Man, don't disrespect the Golden Christmas movie.
Man, dude, I'm tired of it, man. Like
they show it 24 hours. Like I get it, but I'm gonna watch it one of those times and then be done.
Watch it for 35 minutes while the kid says, "Oh, fudge," and messes up the car when he's changing the tire. And then I'm gonna turn it off. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I would love to watch some basketball around Christmas. But let's shoot for not this season but next. But as the reports come out, you guys stay tuned. We're gonna give it. If it drops, we're gonna give it to you live. There's another report from Bleacher out there about some potential free agents, and I'll get your opinions on it. How you guys kind of follow basketball, probably a little bit more than me. But I mean, you got Brandon Ingram. What do you think about that? I mean, I don't know about Brandon Ingram being a potential for us. I don't know if he's a fit in the clubhouse.
He's a restricted free agent, so I don't want to go after anybody like that because they're just going to match it and hike the price up. So what's the point? I personally want Bertans. Ingram is a great second-hand baller. We need somebody like that because Trae Young is going to tire himself out. That's why Trae Young can't give 100% on defense. He's doing everything on offense, and there's nobody else to help him out. He needs help. So I get why people like Ingram. I understand. I personally just want another shooter. Give me Bertans all day. I just need somebody else to help stretch the floor with Trae Young so he can play off the ball. Go maybe find another defender somewhere else, but I'm
about Joe Harris. He's unrestricted. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Another could be a second ball handler. I do like him. He's good at 3 points. I want somebody with range though. I want people to be scared of the Hawks shooting from anywhere on the court. He's good at threes though. Harris is very good at threes, but I want somebody who can step across that half court line and just launch it up and be able to make a shot. And Bertans can do that. And imagine him and Trae Young on a team together. It would be chaos. Yeah. Any team they go against. They just have to worry about defense.
I know. I'm ready for the draft. I mean, it's starting to get me excited for the draft. Like Don said, y'all stay tuned. We'll break down a lot of footage for you guys on some potential prospects that we might be going for. I'm still big. I'm high on Okoro. I love the guy. I think it'd be a big move to bring him in. But we do need shooters. We need ballers. We need scorers. It's going to be an interesting draft. We didn't land where we wanted to, but we kind of got what we expected. Kind of what it was.
But the thing is with Slink, man, he turns chicken crap into chicken salad. So I respect that man. I respect that man on that. But
don't sleep on the Hawks making the playoffs this year, sliding in late.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna make.
We making it. The Hawks gonna make the playoffs.
I'm like any Atlanta team. I'm sorry, I can't ever say that we just gonna make it anymore. But don't sleep on them. I think. But I do think not this year, but I say 2 years. Definitely watch out as they continue to build this team and the camaraderie. Bringing some help for Trae Young, like you said, man, get that guy some help so he's not out there like Jimmy Butler giving us all. I mean, they're like basically the same player for their team. I mean, they can't carry the team, can't play all minutes of every game. Because what happens? You get destroyed the next game. So
Well, we got Cam. People forget we got Cam Reddish. We got DeAndre Hunter. You know, we still got Kevin Herter, and you got John Collins. You still got that core, and whoever we draft this right here, you know, they'll be more of a role player than a star. But check out that. What'd you say?
I don't think they're going to get time at all. I think that's why I kind of wanted a high draft pick, because I wanted us to trade it away for another player, a high-level player, because any rookie that comes in, we've got our core. You are going to get like 5 minutes on the court because these guys want the core we have now, they want to play. They want to make it to the playoffs, and you're going to be that person who gets garbage time minutes. You're not going to stop.
That, or, you know, Trae Young just need a night off. Not a night off, but, you know, 20 minutes off that night or whatever. You know, that's when that person going to come in and play.
I really hope that the fans, I know they haven't been following the Hawks like we do, you know, when they have a down season or whatnot, or a couple down seasons. But I really hope they truly value and understand greatness when watching Trae and how much that man loves this city. He could be a Hawk for life, to be honest. I'm getting that feeling. I mean, he loves this. He loves Atlanta. I get the Matt Ryan vibes in basketball from him. You know, the Chipper Jones in baseball, now the Freddie Freeman's in baseball. Like, this guy wants to win. He wants to win in Atlanta, and that's a big deal. So, I mean, I just don't want him to be really taken, you know, granted for it, because I feel like
it's too late. Too late. It's already like that, man. You got fans that still sitting up here saying we should have kept Luka. And, you know, we'll make a whole episode on that, man.
Can we please stop that, for the love of God? Please stop the Luka. If you want to be a fan of Luka, go follow Luka. You know how people who love LeBron and they just follow LeBron? I'm like, if you want to follow the player, cool. Go follow Luka since you loved him so much. I think Trae Young is a better fit for Atlanta here than Luka ever would have been. He wouldn't have fit.
Luka's good, but he ain't putting up consistent numbers like Trae been doing. And Luka has help, and you got a coach.
Trae Young's his fruits of the labor is gonna pay off. All that hard work, his patience, trust in the process is gonna pay off starting this year coming up. He's gonna start seeing like, oh man, all right, we got a winning team now. And that's just gonna push him, you know, even more. You know, greatness elevates players around you. That's what, I mean, fans are not Kobe. Kobe had that about him. He was able to elevate people so high around him. And I think Trae's going to be able to do the same thing for the Hawks. He's just going to make them better. You know, he's such a good ball handler, too, and that's just people forget. I mean, the guy can shoot from midcourt. You know, I mean, he's Steph Curry range, but his ball handling skills are off the charts. Kind of scary. So I'm excited, man. But, yeah, that's kind of all we got for the Hawks right now. As soon as anything drops, you know, we'll definitely let you guys know.
All right. Let's go ahead get to the next topic right now with the Falcons. We lost today against Detroit 23-22. Matt Ryan went for 31 to 42.
Imagine that.
Huh?
So imagine that. Another great game.
Yeah, another great game. Threw for 338 yards and 1 touchdown. Julio Jones, he had 8 catches for 97 yards. Calvin Ridley had 5 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. Hayden Hurst had 6 catches for 68 yards. And by the way, screw whoever who broke into Hayden Hurst's car. Like, this is the reason why we cannot have high profile athletes to come here to Atlanta, because y'all do stupid stuff to run them away. Stop. Like, oh man, like that's like good luck trying to extend this, man, because he might end up want to leave.
It's sad because what he said was, man, nice in Atlanta. He literally put Atlanta in there, and I was like, man, dang.
You just got to get him to the right neighborhood. Get him up to Buckhead and just.
But they break into Buckhead now.
True, but we got to get him behind a gated community or something. Like,
he just need to stay up there at Brazelton and Proud Branch area. Ain't nobody gonna break in up there. Exactly. I know it's a drive to the city, but he only got to make that drive 8 times out of the season.
Yeah.
You know, but hey, but yeah.
At the end of the day, this game was on a coach. That's it.
Yeah, it was on the coach. Gurley rushed 23 times, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, there was some speculation about the 10-second runoff at the end of the game. But hey, let's be real. We put ourselves in this situation to lose. Defense should have, tightened up, fourth quarter,
Kick the
base
field.
stops. You should have kicked the field goal. That's the thing with this team, man. This is the thing about the team, and people last week, everybody want to sit up here and say, "Oh, well, Raheem Wars, he should be in the coaching candidate." No, this man is thinking the same way, the same philosophy as Dan Quinn. You're not taking the points that the defense is giving you.
All right, so I got a question. All right, because I know you're big into coaching. You're the coach guru out of all.
I am the official head coach scouter for the Atlanta Falcons. Yeah.
So let me ask you this then, and this is not to hate on Matt Ryan. This is to ask a question because you also played quarterback, correct? So in theory, I know he said that nothing came through his headset. In theory, does any quarterback in his head say, all right, we should take a knee here, and he's thinking that, and he does it regardless if the coach sends a call in or not? How do you feel about that?
You talking about Matt Ryan doing it?
Yeah, I mean, on his own to say, he's thinking it like, I wonder if we're gonna take a knee. Are we taking a knee?
If he do that, man, if he does it and it's execute perfectly, like, hey, it's fine. You can't get upset as long as we come out of there with a W.
It him playing he knows in his mind like that's a possibility at that point because all you do is you take a knee, you run the clock all the way down to 3 seconds, you kick the field goal, game over.
And this is why I don't like Dirk Cutter, and this is why I didn't like Kyle Shanahan.
It's Matt Ryan to be such I put him in elite, and he's so smart. It's almost as though like he's not allowed to really make his own calls. Really, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he's smart enough to make that call, but it's like, well, I'm sorry, you're not able to make that call. That's Dirk is going to send it in. If he doesn't send it in, then you're going to run the play regardless. And it's just, I don't know, man.
I get it, man. Look, I never played the position as quarterback, so I can't really make that call on that. But
right?
Huh?
You were a safety? I thought you were a quarterback.
I was a safety.
My bad.
Like, I never. Please, I'm 5'10". Like, please.
Hey,
what lineman I'm gonna see over?
You're gonna run out. You're gonna run from behind the line. Like Wilson does. Russell Wilson from behind the line,
and also Kyler Murray. Yeah,
there you go.
But that's what fans in the city. That's who they want. They want somebody that can run. And I'm like, you can't escape pressure.
Man, when he handed the ball off, I felt so bad for Todd Gurley because he's gonna get all the blame, and I felt so bad for that man because you know what? He's a scorer. When he got to the hole, he's so big and strong. There was no way he was gonna be able to have the ability from 4 yards out to stop himself. Almost did.
I thought he fell. I honestly thought he fell. I didn't think
his best, but that ain't on him. So I get pissed off for the people running at him. That ain't on him, man. Get out of here. But if just send the play call in, man, take a drop back, take a knee, and the game's over. I don't get it. That's again, like Don said, man. My blood pressure's getting all along. We're 1-5. We should definitely easily be 4-2 right now.
Here's my take on it, man. Like I said, man, it's the coaching in this game. They went back to the scheme they was running with Dan Quinn. It's like, but for the folks who was crying, who's yelling hooray for even the mayor of Atlanta talking about she believe in Raheem. Like, no, Raheem is not going to be the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons in 2021. Y'all can stop all that.
Well,
we need a new regime. We need a new voice. I'm not talking about coaching anymore. Well, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying Arthur Blank was down the field, so we got to see up front what he was doing.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same bull. But let me get in the chat. Sports Live and ATL, what's good, man? He said the Falcons defense is why we're 1-6. Period. Tax sucks. Oliver sucks. Fowler sucks.
Oliver made a point now.
Yeah, but hey, low key, I try to tell people about Fowler. Bringing in Fowler, they talking about, oh man, he got 11 sacks last year. Okay, well, look at the defense he was playing on.
Your best defensive player is probably a rookie, which is sad.
Yeah, and on top of that, he played in Los Angeles, right, alongside with Aaron Donald and other guys, and then you had Wade Phillips as your DC.
Go ahead.
I'm saying, like, I told people, this is why it didn't work. Sports Live, hey man, I'm gonna have you on sometime this week, man. Like the link. There's no link to join. It's all on. I got to call through Skype, but I'm gonna have a show I'm gonna have a show again for you, man. We'll talk about this game. We're gonna talk about the Braves too, man, because I really need to have you on and talk some more stuff about. I need to have you on, man. Like, just please believe me. Trust me. I'm gonna have you on sometime this week. I'm gonna make time for you. Let's see. Reading. Oh yeah, I can put you. Yeah, he want me to put it on. Yeah, call me, man. Go ahead. Philip said definitely not on him. It's just the microcosm of the season. Yeah, but like I said, man, people just
coaching, man. It's culture.
It's a culture, man. You got to change it, man. You got to change it. You keeping Raheem Morris on the team, man. It's not gonna work. All right, here go Dave from Sports Live and ATL. Go ahead, man.
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
All right, look. First of all, Dante Fowler already blocked me on Twitter, so I'm trying to find Tack McKinley and Isaiah Oliver's Twitter so I can give them a reason to block me. Look, I am furious. Look, it's beyond the point of being angry, and I'm gonna try not to use foul language, but I'm a passionate fan, so I'm gonna try my best not to. Okay, but the 1-6 start is all because of the defense. People are talking about the 4th down and 5. Personally, me speaking, I agree with the call. Because if the guy didn't stick his hand out, it would have been a touchdown. You need to show your fan base and that you believe in the talent that you have instead of settling for field goals. I thought that was the right call, number one. Number two, the ref sucked. We all know that. But no matter what,
the ref did. The ref was trash.
The Detroit Lions with no timeouts going from their 20-yard line. You should have been able to make the stop. You got just like you said, $76 million defense. You got an $18 million guy, Dante Fowler, who's non-existent. You got Tack McKinley, who's too injury prone, non-existent. Grady Jarrett gets a pass. I'll give him a pass because of what he's done. But how can you not stop Detroit with no timeouts, going 80 yards? You stop 3rd down with 19 seconds. They're at the 45 of their own. They're not even in our territory yet. And you can't even pressure Matthew Stafford.
It's all great, but it should have never happened.
When it's thrown off 1 foot in between 2 defenders. And on the touchdown, where's the pressure? This dude is stepping up in the damn pocket and dropping it off to a guy, a tight end that's wide open. What in the hell is wrong with that picture?
You know what? Here's the thing, Dave.
They shouldn't have got the ball back. It wouldn't have mattered.
Say that again, Ricky.
I said, at the end of the day, they should have never got the ball back. I don't care if they scored a minute left or not. Coaching failed that game.
Yeah,
I'm pissed, man.
Yeah, coaching failed that game. But look, though, we gonna Dave. What I'm gonna start doing in a couple of weeks, man. I'm gonna start inviting people. And we're gonna break the film. We're gonna break film down in the middle of the week. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna have a big screen and I'm gonna blow it up and we're gonna sit down and watch the film. The players, yeah, I can put some blame on the players, but I'm not gonna put all of it down. Because what happened was we played soft zone. And what we did, we went in prevent defense on that last drive of the game. When you go into prevent defense.
For me to be on here too long because I am pissed. I'm drinking a little bit. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but let me go ahead and say this. You got my number. Get in contact with me. Everybody, Sports Live and the ATL. If you want a real fan, hardcore, diehard, hit me up. Hit up the guy in the top left. He's very knowledgeable. The guy in the left, Don, FILA. I shouted these guys. Got them over 1K. Congratulations, y'all. Keep it rolling. But with everything that happened in this game, again, referees, 4th down and 5, should have kneeled. Todd Gurley tried his best to fall down. The fact remains, the Falcons had the lead. Okay, with 1 minute, no timeouts, Detroit had to go 80 yards, and we failed. I was questioning why Matt Ryan went for 2 points. Now I know why. Because he said to himself, I don't trust the defense. We got to do what we can. Todd Gurley tried to fall down. You know why he was so pissed? Because he knew, damn, I can't trust the defense. Todd Gurley was running a football play. He was running hard. We were trailing. You can't fault him. He busted through 2 defenders. He probably didn't believe he was going to bust through 2 defenders. And the momentum carried into the end zone. But he tried to drop because he knew the defense was that bad. Shame on the defense for letting Matt Ryan down today. Shame. But keep in contact, man. But this is all on the defense. This 1-6 start, They took away our playoff hopes. Dante Fowler, you
Playoff?
on Twitter. Finally, Isaiah Oliver, I'm going to give you a reason to block me on Twitter.
All right, man. We'll talk later, man.
All right, bro.
Bye.
Can someone please explain to me? It was during the fourth.
Here's my take. Go
Hey,
ahead, go ahead, Justin. Go ahead, Justin.
Just
Hey, you need to text that dude, tell him to take 2 Tylenol, drink a glass of water before you in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember it. It was like, I don't know if we got pushed back, but it was second and long. And for some reason, Dirk Cutter calls a running play.
I remember that. I was like, oh man.
Out of all the plays that happened in that game, that some were strange. That was the one play I was like, what are we doing? I don't get what the thought process here. I try to get into his mind, but like,
bruh,
what?
Let me tell you something. I was talking to Travis earlier about this, and I'm like, look, even if this situation was on Madden, all right, and you press ask Madden, even Madden would not tell you to run in this situation. This man literally, like, he was like Homer Simpson in the power plant pressing any, mini, mighty mode with the doggone playbook. Like, bruh, it's second and long. Throw the ball. All the times this man want to throw, he want to run. Look, I'm just ready for the season to end. I'm just to get rid of Dirk. Just to get rid of Dirk, if was to have a brand new coaching staff here and a brand new GM. Cause I'm just sick. I'm sick of this. I just am.
Hey, we didn't mention it, but I know all the haters, man, they're gonna be crying in bed tonight with Julio's post and them saying they're not getting rid of Ryan, and so they cry tonight. All the Ryan haters, they crying to bed tonight.
Man,
I don't know why people thought there was going to be a trade at all.
We're not trading nobody. Do you know how much money in dead space we gonna have?
They don't understand contracts, so they don't understand anything. So they just pout and they just throw out their emotions.
But why would we trade when we haven't signed a GM? Obviously, the person who would take care of those type of deals is not here.
Right.
What do you think would happen? Like, obviously, Arthur Blank is just sitting and chilling until they can find the right GM who can make the calls.
Yeah.
Why would you think we would make a trade, especially with Julio or Matt Ryan? It doesn't make.
Look, this is what's gonna happen. I talked to somebody from the Buccaneers today about Todd Bowles, and he's saying that whatever. And I told him, look, they already know who they have in mind, who they want to come, who they want to hire. All right, you get rid of Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. You get rid of them too. Do you really think a coach want to come in this situation?
Nope.
Hell no.
Like, you telling me you got rid of 2 Hall of Fame. I don't care what y'all feel about Matt Ryan. He's a Hall of Famer. All right. You get rid of 2 Hall of Fame players on your team, and then not only that, you're gonna have a huge dead cap. That means you're not gonna be able to trade, get anybody, bring anybody in for free agency. You're not gonna be able to trade for anybody. Your rookies.
Scratch. You got no quarterback. You starting from scratch. Yeah. The key position on the field. I mean, nah, man.
Yeah. So, like, it just that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all gotta stop. Like, it's not gonna happen. Like, we're not getting rid of Matt Ryan. We're not getting rid of Julio Jones. End of story.
There's Trevor Lawrence fans that want to just tank and then get a rookie and think he's gonna take them to the promised land, and it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
It's not. All right, moving on to the Braves, man. What's going on with the Braves, man? I know we lost last week. Hey, it is what it is. But what happened with the team?
Yeah, man. So it still hurts. I ain't even gonna lie, it still hurts. But look, before all this is gonna talk, rule number 1: Freddie Freeman's last year on a contract coming up. They're not gonna let it get to that point. They're gonna extend him in the offseason. He's already said he's made his money. He wants to be in Atlanta. He wants to stay in Atlanta. Freddie Freeman's going nowhere, so that's the first thing the Braves are going to do. I think we'll get a discount on the house, kind of how Chipper stayed for so long. I mean, Chipper could have went anywhere, okay? That's why I think they're so close in comparison to kind of how they play the game and carry themselves and kind of get, underrated per se. Not really Chipper from the, being a DH and one of the best ever, but Fred's going to go down to the same thing, and that's kind of my eyes. Chipper handed the keys off to him. But I would say somewhere around 6 years, 150, 6 and 150 in that range, I think. Because that'll get Freddie into his late 30s. But we'll see what kind of club options he gets. But he's going nowhere. They're gonna extend him. Okay, so that's a done deal. So Ozuna, This man had a career year in almost every category possible. And if not for Freddie's year, we could be talking about him as the MVP, okay? So him doing that, and his numbers were so far much better as a DH. We don't know if there's going to be a DH yet in 21. We don't know that. Reports came out that they were possibly not going to have it. To me, I think the players' union will get together and I think they'll fight it. I think they'll want it. I mean, because if you think about it, you take the DH away, you're taking away a job from everybody on the team, right? Every team's somebody's basically losing a job. So they're going to want to try to keep that. I think they do keep the DH, but Braves fans have been crunching numbers. Ozuna's going to want $100 million. We're not going to give it to him. AA is not going to do that. I do not see Ozuna coming back. It hurts to say. I don't. Going to sound funny when some of the names I throw out there, but he's been doing big right now in the postseason. I would not be shocked if the Braves signed a Jock Peterson type. It is what it is. Jock has his struggles in the regular season, but the man shows up when it comes to playoffs. So him, Nelson Cruz type. There's been a lot of hype around Nelson Cruz. I mean, dude's a beast. So he'd be a great fit. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm tired of the Puig talk. I don't even want to go down that route again. So we'll see. I don't see AA and Liberty saying, hey, we're going to spend that money. AA loves short-term deals. We all know that. He loves those 1 to 2 year deals. So we'll figure it out. Don't know who it's going to be yet. I just don't feel like it's going to be Ozuna. Another question we now ask ourselves, is it time to lock down Dansby Swanson?
Yes.
I'd say,
Yes.
There's one shortstop out there, honestly, better than him, and that's Francisco Lindor. Okay, that's it. I mean, to be honest with you. And Dansby he's turned around. People understand the growth of this kid. He had the whole stadium on his shoulders, basically, when he came up. All the pressure was put on him. He's got a team around him. To be honest with you, when I look, I say, hey, what the hell's going on with you, Acuna? Where were you at in the postseason? Dansby at least showed up. You know what I mean? He's hitting big home runs here and there. I mean, I know Acuna's left, his wrist was banged up, but Dansby always shows up in key moments. Just seems like he always comes through in the clutch situations. I mean, he's got that gene. He's got that, the clutch gene. So they need to go ahead and look at locking him down, period.
Yeah, that's what I said, man. They need to lock down Freddie and Dansby this offseason, man. And then after that, you look at because the bullpen is going to look kind of again.
So most people are now finding out that Martin Melanson's got a thriving turf business. It's called Diamond Quality Turf. So he's got a good side gig going on that's doing really well. So he doesn't have to necessarily pitch. I mean, obviously these guys got money, but it depends on if he wants to pitch. I think the Braves will be aggressive and try to bring back Melanson. I mean, struggles every now and then in the regular season, but man, he was pretty dominant in the postseason. I was pretty surprised with how strong he was. So if they can get him in there with a 2-year, $10 to $12 million deal, I think we can retain him. I think Shane Green's going to be gone. I think there's too many teams out there that need a closer. I think they're going to look at him. He had an amazing year. I'm talking amazing year. Start out from how he came into the Braves and how bad of a start he had, how far he's came, but I don't think we'll be able to retain him. His asking price is going to be too high. Don't forget about Chris Martin now. He can slide up easily. I mean, that guy's been dominant when he's healthy. So even if we lose Melanson, I could see Chris Martin sliding into that closer's role. But a lot of stuff to look forward to. Pache is going to come into spring training. The kid pretty much showed us in the playoff. He is our center fielder now. I don't want to see Ender and Ciarte in the field. I don't want to see him in a Braves uniform. I hate to say that. I just don't want to see him again. Find a way to trade him, get rid of that $7-8 million. I mean, there's money right there that we can add for somebody in the arm and the bullpen if we need it, or a bench bat like Milton Bradley or somebody like that. But Ender, we got to get rid of him. Pache showed us. If we want to talk about Ender only being out there for defense, we saw exactly what Pache could do, and that's cover the center field like nobody since Andrew Jones. And it was beautiful. He made it look easy, and he had some really key at-bats that showed me he had more patience than some of our veterans that were swinging at first pitches. So I love what I saw from Pache. First time on the big stage. I loved it. So I think he takes over that center field spot. Done. All right. But the final thing for the Braves that came out kind of on the pipe, they named some Gold Glove finalists, and we did have 3. Probably should have had another, but it's all good and dandy. We saw Ozzy get shafted last year. Only made a couple errors all year. But, yeah, Max Fried, Acuna, and Dansby are all Gold Glove finalists. So us being Atlanta, I doubt any of them win. But they all, I mean, Acuna, we've got a chance. But we know center field, all the beasts out there. And Dansby, he's going to have a couple of people going against him. But I think of any of them, I think Max Fried's got a good shot at it. The guy was not only amazing on the mound, but he just covered and fills his position as good as anybody. He literally reminds me of Tom Glavine. I mean, I don't know. He finds himself in that pitching, when he follows through in the fielding position that you want to be in, and he makes great plays. So excited about that. You guys get ready next year. Get ready for the outfield at the ball. Hey, don't sleep on Drew Waters. He's not far away. So it is a possibility we could see, Pache and Waters in the same outfield with Acuna, and that's the kind of plan they've had the whole time, right? And it's kind of coming a little quicker than expected, but it's okay. Look what we did. But be excited, Braves fans. We know that we need to add a starting pitcher, right? We need to add one more veteran, and I don't mean. And I call him Tommy 2 innings Malone. That's what I call that guy because the dude never lasts more than 2 innings. Whoever we brought in, that guy was terrible. But, look, I'm a big Trevor Bauer guy. I would love for that guy to come to the Braves for 1 year, man. I would die for it. So he's going to go anywhere he wants. He usually signs 1-year deals. So we'll see where that goes. He loves to play on Twitter. If you follow him, he loves to kind of – he'll talk to you. So I'm trying. I want to get him on the show. You guys know he's got his own YouTube channel, Bauer Outage. It's funny. If you ever have a chance, check it out. It's pretty cool. But we do that. You got to think. Depending on when Soroka comes back, if it is before, the All-Star break, which, there's been some reports saying he could be ready by spring training. I don't want to rush him back. But if you got a big, three of Soroka, Fried, Anderson, oh, man, just imagine adding a nice veteran starting pitcher in there. You have a big 4. That's when you start thinking about, all right, we can win a 7-game series now. Because really, we needed Soroka. If we had Soroka, we'd be probably watching the World Series right now with the Braves uniform on the TV. But I'm going to quit ranting about my Braves, man. But the future's bright. It couldn't be brighter for Atlanta. So my emotions are over. I'm not mad anymore. I'm still a little sad, but I know that next year it's going to be a fun ride, and we're going to be right back in the playoffs. So now let's get to why are we having this show.
Yes, main thing. All right. Atlanta United. All right, yesterday we played DC United and we lost that game 2-1. Now, that was a must-win game for us yesterday. We didn't, oh man, just want to throw something. But this team right here, man, it's just been a disappointing year. COVID-19 and losing Martinez on our, and then you also losing, fired the head coach. So this offseason is going to be very, very intriguing for this team because we're going to have to look for a replacement for Frank DeBoer. Glass is not going to be. He's not going to be the official head coach for this squad. It's just not. So the team dropped 3 points to last place. I'm gonna let Justin talk for a second, man. What's going on with this team and. Because we're not making the playoffs. This is going to be the first time in the short history of the Atlanta United that we're going to be on the outside looking in.
First off, we can talk about this later. I couldn't watch the game at first because, I don't know, do y'all have cable?
Yeah, I got cable.
Yeah.
I'm a cord cutter, so I have Hulu Live TV. I used to have YouTube TV, but then when Disney bought Fox, they had to sell the sports package section. So then YouTube TV or some company named Sinclair bought the sports package for your local region. So their name is Sinclair. They fell out of the deal with YouTube. YouTube's like, we're not going to pay for your overpriced, you're overcharging for it. We're not going to pay for it. So I switched from YouTube TV to Hulu. Hulu had it for a while. On my birthday, which was the 23rd, Hulu said, we cannot come to agreement with Sinclair either. They are charging too much, and they shut them out. I only came in the game like the second half of the first part of it because DC United was streaming it on their actual website. Atlanta United was getting a bunch of tweets from fans saying what's going on. And Atlanta United had to tweet out and say, we understand that you're dealing with issues. We're trying to talk to Sinclair and figure it out, which owns Fox Sports Southeast right now. And I don't understand what that whole issue was. But that's how the game started out. So then when I tuned in, I was like, oh, I'm sure this is going to be a great game. Of course, they score first. And usually Atlanta United is not good at coming back from first score. They do come back, they score, but the defense vanished like they always do ever since Frank DeBoer left. As many people hate Frank DeBoer, the team was better defensively with Frank DeBoer. And when he left, everyone was like, yay, Frank DeBoer out. We did it. He's gone. And the defense left with him. And now they have no one to blame. And now people are blaming the fans. The funniest thing I saw tweeted was someone say, these players don't deserve to wear the crest of Atlanta United. I almost died laughing. We've been in existence since 2017. We're not some ancient 1982 beginnings, and we've been in this struggle for years and years and years and years. People act like this is some prestigious team. We're babies. We're still in kindergarten. And
wow.
What do you people think? And people keep
sport fans, man.
Yes, I will. Like, remember when, I don't know if y'all remember, Frank DeBoer said the fans were spoiled, and some fans lost their minds and was like, he's so rude. Do you people understand we won in our second year? You're going to get spoiled by that. You're going to believe that you deserve to win all the time. That's why Golden State Warrior fans believe they deserve to win every time they're going on that championship run, because you get entitled. You feel that way. That's the way it is. So now people want to say that these players are garbage. They're horrible. And, you know, they need to overturn the whole team. And everyone keeps comparing them to the players we used to have. And like Julian Gressel, who plays for DC United, at the bottom of the league. Like, he's not at a top team. They're at the bottom. We just lost to them, but they're at the bottom. Assad, who was on our team, also on DC United, at the bottom of the league. Like, the front office has done their job. They've signed new players, but the players haven't got to play with each other. This was the first game where all of our new signees actually started together. And for some reason, fans just blipped outside of your mind. This is the first time. That's because of injuries. That's because of we just acquired players. That's of them getting match fit. So many reasons as to why. And now they get to start and they don't play well. What did you expect? We don't have a coach that actually teaches them. The front office has moved on. They've added players. We've got the talent. Even though people want to complain, we don't have the talent. We have the talent, guys. We just do not have a coach. You can have all the talent in the world. If you have no one to guide them, you will not win. You can have a great coach.
Coaching matters.
Coaching matters. You can have a great coach, but without talent, you can only get so far. And my biggest example is Orlando City. They were a garbage team, and Atlanta United beat them all the time. They got a good coach, and now they're competent. Like, they're really good. They're just missing talent. And yet people don't understand coaching matters. Like, you really need a good coach to guide you and have a plan and have a direction. Stephen Glass knows he has a job. He's been told, oh, you're going to go back down to the twos. You're going to keep your job. He has no like fire to fight for a job. I mean, he's going to say that, like, he's going to be like, you know, I want our team to win. But if you have a guaranteed job, like, are you going to really stress or like push as hard to win? You're just like, oh, I'm just keeping this boat afloat while, you know, the next season starts. And for those waiting for change, I don't know why people were coming to this game hoping that we make the playoffs. If Atlanta United made the playoffs, they would lose their first match. This is not a good team. They have a lot of talent, but they just don't have a coach. You have no one to lead you. And it's going to be a while before they get a coach because Atlanta United is probably not looking in the United States. And it's hard to convince the coach to come to the United States when we can't handle COVID. Like, in America, NFL, NBA, you can go talk to a coach because they're here. They're in the midst of it. Talking to someone outside the country and saying, hey, do you want to come to America and coach here during the COVID crisis that we can't handle? Like, it's hard to convince someone to come here and everything will be okay. So for those wondering why we haven't had coaching rumors and stuff, that's probably the reason. Like, people forget Tata Martino was from Mexico. People forget Frank de Boer was from, I believe, Germany. Like these people are from overseas. They're not
He from the Netherlands.
like they're not from America. Okay, like they're from other places, and they're probably trying to get a coach from another place. And it's going to be a while before that happens. Like it's going to take time. So I know people were looking for some reason wanting us to make the playoffs. I've already turned the page. I'm looking for next season. We got the talent. We just need a coach, guys. That's all.
All right. So yeah, I don't see us making the playoffs, man. It just fans. I understand y'all love. We had a winning culture here. We still do. It's just sometimes you gotta have a bounce back year. Sometimes you gotta look yourself in the mirror, and reevaluate everything so that way we can be better years to come. So we just can't keep fooling ourselves. And I think I'm not trying to bring back the Falcons up, but that 2017 season we made the playoffs. And we thought that we were just on the brink of making the Super Bowl again, and look what happened. So sometimes you gotta, when you lose, you gotta and miss the playoffs, you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, "Hey, man, what do we need to do to build that dominance back up?" So, what off-season move you think we need to move? Yeah, we know we need to look for a coach, and I've said this on the show I think a month ago or so. About they looking in South America for some coaches, but what all-season moves do we need to make with the players?
Actually, probably maybe the midfield a little bit. That's when I say they've acquired talent. They've really acquired talent. We've gotten maybe 6 to 7 new players during the season, like Josetto, Meza, Torres, we just had another signing. Like we've signed like 5 to 6 people. The problem is they just haven't played together. And Barco's been injured, so he's been out. Imagine what this team would look like if Joseph was playing. And you have Robinson in the background doing defense. They pretty much got a good core up front. They probably need a better midfield, but again, they got Rosetto, and Rosetto's supposed to be the new Almiron, even though I don't think he's going to be that. I mean, no one can be Almiron. He was the whole team. Like, people blame Frank de Boer a lot for the success the failure of the team or success of, whatever you want to say. But people don't remember he got signed. Well, he signed on for coach. Almiron left like a month after Frank de Boer came in. You remember Tata's whole game plan was like knock it up top and Almiron will run with all of his speed and get it to the other side of the field. I mean, that was a lot of the game plan. We would just use speed. Your speed left. So now Rosetto is here. He's not as fast, but he's good on the ball. But again, these players need time to gel and, form together. It's not a lot of offseason moves you really need to make. You'll add depth. Well, you have depth. You'll add like some starters on the back end, but your front is pretty much secure. You got all you've been signing is front players. All you've been signing is attacking players for the past 2 months. Like, there's not a lot to add to this team. Maybe the back end. That's about it, really.
I was thinking of the defender. We need to bring in a defender.
Yeah, that's pretty, because you have Robinson, but Mays is back there, and here's the problem. I don't remember his name because I keep calling him Joker. And that's a problem with all these nicknames that we name people. But he plays defense. He has Joker tattoos all over his body, and he basically took LGP's spot for defense. And if y'all know in the chat, let me know. But mostly, if you listen to even reporters, they'll ask him like, "Oh yeah, we were talking to Joker. He said he needed to step up and play better." But you have some solid defenders.
You talking about Francisco?
Yes. Yeah, that would have drove me crazy. But yeah, so I mean, Joker's good. He's been playing out of his mind great. He just wasn't playing in the last game because he got a bunch of yellow cards. He got kicked out of the game. So obviously he is living on the LGP name of getting yellow cards and not being able to play the next game. So yeah, that's why he wasn't in there. But Robinson is good. Bello has played great. He's young. He looks great. Barco finally came back. He looked good. Rosetto, people slept on Rosetto. Just to understand what he did. We signed him. He was in COVID. You have to stay in COVID. You can't play with the team. You have to be there for quarantine for like 14 days or a week or whatever. He was in COVID, isolated. He was practicing by himself. He had only seen the team play on TV, and he started. That is the first time that has ever happened from a signing to a start. He never practiced with the team. He never came in as a sub. He started his first game, and he was amazing. And take that and apply it to when we get Joseph Martinez back, when we get some chemistry in this team, when we get a coach. The coach is the biggest thing. We really need a manager like so bad. But other than, defending, like you said, Don, that's pretty much like a couple defenders. You have all your attacking players. I think you're set for next season. But people just need to realize Atlanta United is a selling team, guys. Players do not stay long, do not get used to players. They are here for a couple years, and then they are gone, okay?
Yep.
You buy them cheap, you sell them high.
Well, hey, that's pretty much Atlanta United in a nutshell, man, this offseason. We're going to talk more about this, when the season ends, for sure. But, hey, man, appreciate you coming on, Justin. Does everybody know who you are and where they can find you?
You can find me on Twitter at a Clark Kent type to play on Superman, of course. That's where I'm mostly tweeting out random stuff. It's usually either movie stuff or Atlanta sports, as painful as they may be. I'm probably making jokes about them because it's just fun. You have to jump into hysteria or you'll go crazy, okay? Exactly. But I appreciate y'all coming on. Like I mentioned before, really, even though I mentioned for a second about the Sinclair thing with the Fox Sports Southeast, if y'all need to pay attention and realize that that's most of Atlanta United, Hawks, and Braves games. Okay. I know. Like that's a lot of their content comes on those networks. This might change what next year looks like with contracts because the NBA and MLB, I know you can pay to watch them. They might really lean on that because if this company is messing with the money, I'm sure it won't be much longer before cable companies have a problem with them and they get into that issue. So that's something to monitor. Just keep an eye on that.
That's a good topic right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good topic. The heck? What Dan doing Dan, what you doing in the chat, man? Anyway, what's good, man? Just hit me up when you get a chance. Anyway, this week I will be doing another coach scouting report. I'm going to do one on Matt Eberfrist, the defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Other than that, what do you have in store, Rick, for the week?
I'm gonna try to get back on the grind. You guys watching, every day, working. So I'm trying to get back on the grind and dive a little bit deep into giving you some guys some options of who we might honestly see in that DH role if it does come back, and kind of my thoughts on the rules as we have now and what rules may stay. Especially the expanded playoffs. I don't ever want to see 16 teams again, ever. I don't mind expanding it, maybe 12, but I don't want to see 16 teams ever. I don't want those. Never. So I don't even think. Look, I don't like Commissioner Rob. I can't stand the dude. That's just me. I think he's just. I'm not gonna say nothing bad. He's not intelligent.
Hey, it's either Rob or you gonna have Joe Torre. So which one you gonna have?
All I'm gonna tell you is Rob is just kind of unintelligent. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? Just use that thing up there, bro. It can't be completely empty. But look, the only thing I agreed with him on is that he didn't want 16 teams, and that's kind of sad. It's the only thing I agreed with that man in forever. So, man, I could talk about that dude forever. So I got my Fire Rob shirt. I'm gonna wear it next show. But yeah, we'll be talking about that. I'll break down some some postseason thoughts and kind of trying to wait for this World Series to get over, man. It's but hey, if I know a lot of you guys, if you haven't watched it, you're missing one hell of a World Series. It's hard to watch, painful, but I love baseball, and I know that in a couple of days, baseball is going to be over. And I'm just truly thankful we had it this year. Don't lose sight of that we were lucky enough to have that game that we love so much be played and be on TV. Even though we couldn't really go to the game. I enjoy just watching the competitive nature of my favorite sport, just as you guys do as well. So I'm going to watch this game, and I'm going to root for the Rays. So other than that, yeah, be on the lookout.
Rays.
Hey, 27th lowest payroll in baseball. So you go up against that, against the third highest, I'm always going to pull for the Rays. So, but yeah, y'all stay tuned. I'll definitely make sure we get some clips out there. Don, has been whooping me, man, because he's got this coaching gig going on, so we can put up things daily. My season's coming to a wrap, so I'm going to start having a freestyle on you guys, so don't laugh too hard. I'm going to start getting a little bit more fun and animated and make the show more interactive. So you guys be looking forward to a different type of a Flex for Gold, per se. It's going to be a little bit more personality, and we need you guys to at least, if nothing else, watch the shows and comment. Let us know, because fan interaction is fun. And we love to interact with you guys. So always leave a comment. Shoot us what you're thinking of our shows. We want you guys to interact, because without you guys, we wouldn't be here. So
exactly, we do it for y'all. And trust me, we don't do it for our health.
No,
it's a lot of work putting in this, but appreciate y'all for everybody who's in the live tonight. Appreciate y'all joining us. If you're watching this at a later time, let us know what you think about this episode. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that like button. Share this content out with other Atlanta sports fanatics.
Turn on your notifications.
Turn on the notification bell. Also, I post stuff in the YouTube community tab now. We can post stuff now since we are at 1K. So, just be on the lookout. We do some almost 80% of the week. We dropping content.
Start calling it the Don's Daily now.
No, man, we ain't doing that, because I need some days. I ain't gonna lie, I do need little days off, but this week I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. But please believe, in a couple of weeks, we everything's gonna be different. So, but anyway, y'all have a great night. As always, come holla at your hometown sports podcast. All right, y'all have a great night. Y'all have a great week.
Wear your mask.